Bali sir, and our guest of honor, Mr. Dinesh Iyer sir, esteemed faculty members and students of Matrix School of Management Studies, Pune. Dear students, Matrix School of Management Studies, Pune believes in leveraging the management competencies among the MBA graduates for business and industry by expanding their horizon with the updated information in the field of management. In continuation with our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Satish Ubale sir, initiated the 4-dimension lecture series where we invite the renowned expert from the different fields of academics, industry who share their experience with the students, which helps them to improve their knowledge and employability skills. Our today's guest of honor, Mr. Dinesh Iyer sir, has expertise primarily in operations management and process optimization, line balancing and enhancing productivity, business process improvement, innovation and continuous improvement, lean manufacturing principles, that is 5S, Kaizen, PPS, NVA elimination. MOST implementation for productivity management, assembly, production, planning, and control. Okay. Sir, as a production manager, Mr. Dinesh Iyer sir has a specialization in operation process in assembly, proven track record in driving efficiency, optimization, production processes, and delivering the high quality walls. Sir has a proven expertise in driving a continuous production process improvement, skills in implementing lean manufacturing tools, setting department goals, and utilizing methods like 6S, Kaizen, and on PDCA to optimize the performance. His guidance today on the topic of lean startup and minimal viable product and business elevate the productivity in invaluable in the contemporary fast-paced business landscapes. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, just a second. Students, please on your cameras. So we need to click a screenshot of the meeting. So please switch on your cameras and then we will further proceed with the session. Mohit sir,
Yes, sir.
please take a screenshot of the session.
Okay, sir.
Yes. I request Dinesh Iyer sir, please on your camera, sir.
Yeah, done it.
Yes, sir. Mohit sir.
Done, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, students. You can now switch off your cameras. Sir, now I hand over the sessions to our honorable guest, Ahir sir. Sir, please, you can further proceed with the session. Thank you, sir.
Confirm me that you can see my screen.
Yes, yes, sir.
So
Yes,
can you
sir.
see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Clearly. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Good morning, all. So today's session is for lean startup and minimum viable product. So today I will going to explain you first the lean concept. Then what is a lean startup and what is a minimal viable product means. So as we know lean, so from concept we can see the lean means is a thing where we can do the thing in optimized way. So it's a lean principle is used basically to eliminate the waste, produce an efficient and just in time production. So we can see in industry nowadays there are a lot of pressure on the industries to reduce the cost. So cost can be reduced only by using the available resources in more effective way. Lean is a concept where we can use the available resources in more effective way. So that will deliver the value to customer. So customer is ready to pay for the value which he desire and not what we desire. So lean concept tries to eliminate the waste to the system and tries to improve the value for the customer. So when we effectively use our resources, so our cost of the product will reduce and the price so that profit margins can increase. So lean is a very important concept nowadays for the industry. So basically lean is focus on exactly what is needed for the customer when is needed. So time is also important. So suppose customer is asking the product after 1 year, and if you make it product 1 year before, so that product will lie at our factory and it will be the waste of inventory. So we have to pay the bills to the suppliers as well as to the bank, but we cannot get earn the money through that product. So time is also important thing. Quality and quantity. So quantity is also important. Suppose customer is ordering us of 5 numbers of pieces of the any job, and if we manufacture it 7 for the future projection, there is chance that the two will be remain at our end, and after some time, because of some issues, it will get rejected. So it is always better what is needed we have to manufacture and not more than that in sequence and without defect. So the rework is basically lost. So whenever we your education field also, if you see some you're writing some worksheet or some assignment, and if there is an error, so with that error, you have to scratch that and you have to write it again. So it is loss of time, efforts, and everything. So in same way in industry also. So if there is a defect in a product, it is a loss to the company and it is not good thing for their profit margins at the lowest possible cost. So that is the biggest requirement right now, that lowest possible cost. So whatever resources we are using, like machine, man, then space, so that should be a minimal. So it should not be like that. We are using just for simple example of over processing. So suppose customer is asking for simple product and we are using very high CNC machines. So it is loss of cost because there is no requirement of such a big machines and high investment on the machine. So lean is basically focused on utilization of the resources in a very effective and efficient way so that we can reduce the cost, improve our profit margins and deliver the product on time to the customer and improve its customer satisfaction. So that is the basic requirement of lean. So lean is all about speed. So whenever there is a requirement, so there we should deliver the product on time and with a speed. So that is the basic requirement of the lean. So lean basically it is started from Second World War. So during World War there is a high requirement of all defense products. So there are a lot of things are going in the world. So there is a lean concept has been started on that time. So first as we all know, Toyota production system. So Tonuchi Uep Toyota brought the lean themes together. So he is the first person who started the lean concept at Toyota factory. So that's why we call it a Toyota production system. Afterwards, it is involved in 1989. The lean concept first, that lean word is used for that. So day by day it is evolving. And now it is lean is get compensated with Six Sigma. So lean and Six Sigma is going together. So these are the lean is used for customer satisfaction and high performance. Lean will help us to support the deliver the quality product in a safe working environment on time. Also, it will improve the speed. So creating value. So there is a concept called create a value for the customer. So it's so that customer will get the product which is actually needed for his requirements. So in the right side, you can see this is a Toyota production house concept. So there are 7 pillars, 7 basic things which are used in a Toyota production system. One is a customer defined value is a base for all the activities going on in the factory in a continuous improvement culture. Then speed, quality, safety, then performance excellence. So these are the some things which are basic pillars of the Toyota production system. So which contains of the some tools like POCA-UK, work balancing, flexible workforce, pool system, level loading, WIFE 5 years, standardized work, cell design. So I'm going to explain you some basic 5 to 6 tools today so that you can understand how the tools work If anyone has any question, you can ask during that itself. So this is a basic path. So first step is a define value. So we have to define the value for what customer is ready to pay. Then second, value stream map. So we have to plot a graph which will contain how the system, that material and information will flow. So that is a map value stream. Create a flow. So then we have to create a flow. Implement a pull. So there are two types system in the industry, pull and push. So initially, before the industrial revolution, there is a push system. So that means factories are trying to push the product in the market. So they will make thousands of products and they will try to sell in a market. In during that process, they will not understand what is the customer need. Is the customer is demanding that product? They are making the thousands and thousands of products, and after that they come to know that this product is just lying in that floor and getting rejected, or either getting it is not demanded by customer and they have to reject it. So afterwards there is a push pull system. Pull means whenever their customer is demanding, we have to make it. So pull system is more effective than a push system. Pull in a pull system, we will just make the things which are needed and which are going to sell to the customer, so that that money will that cash flow will be simple and everything will be moved in a smooth way. So these are the some basic 14 principles of the lean Toyota production system. So first one, designing long-term philosophy. So we have to lean is not a one day or 1 month thing. So we have to think of the lean for the long term so that we can get the better result. And for the continuous flow, we need to create use a pull system to avoid the overproduction. So as I already explained, pull will help us to make the things which is actually needed and which are going to sell in near future, and not the things which are not needed by the customer. Then the level loading of workload. Hizunka. So this is a concept where we have to balance the machines and man. So there should not be the case that one machine is completely loaded. So that is a bottlenecking operation. So for this workload of balancing, we use the bottleneck operation. So if you see, there are 5 machines lying in a line. So one machine has a more cycle time. So that will decide the output of the whole line. So in a level load balancing, we will balance out the load and we will try to shift the bottleneck operation to the another machine, or either by increasing the number of machines or number of shifts, so that the bottleneck operation will get shipped to another machine. So in that way, continuously we have to check on the bottleneck operation so that our output of the product line will get increased. Stop and fix the problem. So we should not live with the problem. We should stop it, fix it, and then move it. So whenever there is a small problem, if you fix it immediately, the chance of downtime at later stage will be reduced, and also we can save the money. Work with standard process. So standard process industry currently, you may heard the word SOP, standard operating procedure. There should be a standard operating procedure for each activity, so that we should not require for the skill level operators. So whenever there is skill requirement, there is a chance that we have to pay the extra amount. So there should be standard process for everything. So whenever there is a standard process, we can reduce the requirement of skill requirement and we can save the money. Make the problems visual and the fire system. So the problem should be visual. So if the problems are hidden, so we cannot solve it. So in our industry, we initially we used to paint the machines with a blue color or a dark color, so that the stains will be get hidden behind the color. So now afterwards we find that people are not ready to clean. So we painted all the machine with a white color, so that the white will give the stains are easily visible, and the people has to clean the machine. So in that way we have to make the things visible so that we can solve the problems easily. Use only reliable tested technology. So in a market there are thousands of technologies are available, and we cannot go for every time a new tool. So better, it is always better to use a reliable tested technology and new technology, because after the usage of new technology, there is chance that the failure again we have to go back to the zero, and we have to start the things from the scratch. So it is always better to use a reliable technology. Grow your leaders internally. That is, you have to develop the leadership internally so that that person will know the things and he will not come up with ideas which are not realistic. Develop the exceptional people and teams. So we have to develop the peoples inside the organization so that they can solve the problems from the root, as they are aware of the process very well. It is always better to grow our people. Respect network partners. Network partners means suppliers, Suppliers may be like, suppose the one industry needs material supplier, information, IT suppliers, consumable suppliers. We have to respect them because they are also part of our growth. Go see for yourself. So always find yourself in a better position. Make decisions slowly by consequence and implement rapidly. So decisions should be made with a deep thinking, but the implementation part. So we should not take more time. So planning may require. So there is, we have heard the word plan, do, check, right? So plan things can be done in a slow way. That means with a complete thought process, with all positives and negatives to be considering. But we should not wait for the implementation. If the things are clear to us, the path is clear to us, we should implement the things very rapidly. So reflection and continuous improvement. So reflection and continuous improvement. So we have heard Kaizen. So I'm going to explain you in the next slide. So there should be a continuous improvement culture in the industry so that day by day as the first long-term philosophy, first principle. So we should not stop that one day we started thinking of implementing a lean and we done the things and we should stop. So the lean is a thing which should be overviewed continuously so that the things will be improved continuously. So there are two concepts, value added, non-value added. So what is meant by value added? So the customer is asking and willing to pay the things for the things is called a value added thing for the customer. And what is non-value added? The things which are we doing, which is not customer is not ready to pay, is a non-value added activity. So better example I can give you quality inspection. So we are doing the quality inspection at our industry, which is customer is not ready to pay. Customer says that if you are doing machining, it should be perfect as per the drawing, as a per the CNC program. But we are doing inspection to verify that that product what we have manufactured is as per the drawing. So that we are going to ensure because if it is get rejected at a customer end, the customer will be get dissatisfaction as well as we have to go and rework that. So for our convenience, we are doing the inspection. So for in the term of lean, it is non-value activity. So value added activity. So identify the values. We can see some example. Assembling the unit is a value added activity. So in the industry, communicating with the customers, product design, then hydrostatic pressure testing certificate. So these are the some examples in from the industry where I am working. So waste. So scrap is a waste. So whenever the product we if your product is rejected, so it is a waste. Inspection is a waste. Engineering sign up. That means suppose engineering is making drawing, and we have to do the sign up. So it is a waste. Printing a travel card. So that means these things are can be waste. So these are some are the things which are non-related, but it is essential. So functional testing. So it is not paid by customer, but for our satisfaction, we have to do it. Technical review of order entry, aesthetic improvement to for the customer facing document, managing the export documents, archiving the documents. So these things are not required by customer, but we are doing it because we should be double assured ourselves so that customer should not be in a pain. For that, we are doing some activities that is called as a non-value activities, but essential. So there are basically three types of the activities that we are doing in industry. One is value added, one is non-value added but essential, and third one is a waste. So lean is basically focus on the waste. So whenever we reduce the waste, the cost will be reduced and our profit margins can be increased. So you can see this picture. So typical company have value added. So the green color is a value added and red color is a non-value added waste. So typical company will have this red part more. So traditional process improvement. So traditional process improvement will try to reduce the value added activities and little bit of non-value added activities till there is a major gap. So profit margins. And we in a market also we know that in a current competitive world there is a big competition and we can win the projects on the basis of cost. So if you reduce this non-value added non-value-added activities. Yeah. So non-value-added activities gets reduced in the industry, and it will try to improve our cost and help to be competitive in a market. So lean is very important thing for the industry nowadays in the current competitive world, and we have to work on that. So there are basically 8 ways of lean. So you have heard the word twin woods. So the 8 ways are transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, and skills. So transportation means unnecessary movement of material. So if we have to develop, suppose we are ordering some material and our suppliers are at long distance, so we have to transport that material from there. So it is a waste of transportation. We have to develop our supply chain basically near to the factory so that our transportation cost will be less and things will be easy for the moment. Inventory. So as I already explained, inventory is a waste of money as we have to keep the raw material. So normally in an industry, whenever we give to PO to the supplier, so there is a payment term. So payment term is mostly of 45 days or 90 days. So whenever the supplier delivers the material, its payment cycle will get start. So it is always better to get the inventory which is actually needed. And also secondly, whenever we increase the inventory, the per square feet area, that means floor space. So we have to store the material in an industry. So that floor space area is also requirement is more. So it is always better to have a lesser inventory so that our cost will not get stuck in the inventory and our cost cash flow will be remain normal. Motion. So whenever we are doing some activity, so suppose we are operating a computer. So that computer screen is at place at one place, and the mouse at one place and keyboard at one place. So it is very difficult for us that every time we have to type one button, then we have to go to the screen, then we have to see what we have typed, then we have to use the mouse. So it is always better that to keep the things at a near to each other so that motion loss will not be there. Waiting. So whenever there is a waiting time, that means if suppose as I already explained, bottleneck operation. So for bottleneck operation, so things should not be. So suppose there are production is coming to it, and it is waiting for next operation. That is a waiting time. So that waiting time should be ideal. Overproduction. That means customer is demanded for 10 jobs, and we are making 20 jobs. It is overproduction. For processing, that means suppose there is a requirement of surface finish to the machined parts. So normally it is suppose zero point 0.2 RA and we are making it 0.04, zero 0.4 microns RA. So that is not required. So that is over processing. That suppose one customer is asking for painting of the product and he is asking for just one code and we are giving him 3 codes for extra protection. So that extra 2 codes is not getting paid by the customer. So that is over processing and the defects. So whenever we make the product and there is defects, the defects need to be get corrected. So that will involve a cost and time. So that defects is also waste for us. Skills. So this is initially there are 7 months. This 8 one is the skill is just recently added. So basically, skill means if there is a one person who is very much capable. Suppose there is an engineer and he knows he designing very well, but we have put him on a task of giving the documents to the customer. So there is which can be done by any person, but we have put that engineer on that task. So it is a waste of skill. So that is added recently. So that is also industry. We find that some people are very much skillful, but because of the lack of available exact rules for their skill, we have to put them on some downgraded skill level, and there is a waste of skill. So that is 8 waste. This 8 waste we have to see in a leap. So if that 8 waste is reduced, there is chance that we can improve the cost and we can be competitive in the market. So there are some basic tools. So mostly lean will start with a value stream mapping. So value stream mapping, it's a visual tool. So we normally draw the material and information cycle from customer to customer. That means whenever customer gives us a PO, then we process it. We process the POs to supplier. The raw material will get inward. Then the process steps, that means machining, assembly, everything will be done. then it will again ship to the customer. So this is the whole cycle for the product phases are there whenever we receive the PO. So whenever there is a value stream mapping, so we have to put this cycle from customer to customer. It will help us to identify the different steps. When we draw the process from customer to customer, there are different steps are involved. So whenever we involve them, so that will be we will find that there are some waste which are really not needed in the process. Still, we are doing. So that need to be identified. So this is a basic step of value stream mapping that we have to do. This is a sample that I am going to show you. This is a value stream map of the industry. We can see there is customer A. Customer was the order, product to production control, then to the supplier. Then it will come to the inventory. Then this milling, welding, printing, and inspection operation is done. And again, it is shipped to the customer. So this is the type. So you can see at the left bottom corner, the total lead time of 51 days. That means whenever customer places a PO, we are going to give the product back to the customer in 51 days. And whereas the value added time is only 15 days. So that means actual processing is done just for 15 days. So remaining 36 days are basically a waste. It is because of maybe waiting at supplier, waiting at our factory because of a different type of issues like overloaded or either waiting for decisions. So many things are there. So basically, Lean will focus on this 36 days so that we can ship the product as early as possible to the customer. So second concept I'm going to explain is a just in time. Just in time is a strategy where we are going to order the that part is whenever needed the part, it will come in a factory. Not before that or not after that. That is a just in time. It's a lean concept. So I will give a best example of automobile industry. So whenever there is a line is going on, suppose in Tata Motors. So when the car is going on for the seat assembly, so the seat assembly vendor will put all the seats in a sequence of that assembly, and that when the car is going to the be at workstation, the same seat will be available in truck, and that will be fitted on the that car, so that that inventory cost will reduce. So efficient and cash flow will be there. So supplier coordination is required for this because if you do it alone, it is not possible to do it because the supplier has to be in line with that. So zero overproduction because of the pull system, customer demand production. So it is as already explained, customer demand driven production is a pull system and floor space utilization. So as we don't have to keep the inventory at a racks or floor, it will help us to save the floor space and the factory size can be reduced because right now we know that land cost is more. So floor space can be utilized efficient. Sale design. So you have heard the word sale design. So sale design is a things which should be compact. As I given the example of computer. So computer is in a such a way that mouse is at right hand, keyboards and things, monitors, screen, so that everything is available within a reach. Don't have to move from one place to another place, start the computer, or to operate the keyboard, or to move the mouse. This is a cellular manufacturing. Normally, you've seen in a industries. Normally, we prefer U shape. So this is the start point. So whenever the things will start, so this will, all process will be completed, and at the end, some sticker or identification will be put in, and the product will be get moved to the customer. So this is the sale wise U shape sale. Normally, industry you have heard word single piece flow. So we prefer single piece flow. Single piece flow means whatever assemblies are there, so it will move in a single piece. So lot of bulk quantities are not met. So one at a one time, one product will be get figured and it will start moving. And 5 years plus one. So normally industry 5 years plus one word is used. That last one is recently added. Most of the industries for safety. 5 years is workplace management, which is used to improve the visualization of the workplace. And second one, it is used so that we can find the things very easily and whatever needed regularly, it is kept at reach so that we can get it very fast way. Kaizen. So Kaizen is an improvement thing. It is Japanese word. Kaizen. Kai means change and Zen means for good. So Kaizen is a things we can improve on a daily basis. Suppose one activity is there and one person is doing it regular basis. He finds that that activity can be done in a better way and it can increase his output. So that changes made doing that thing in a differently is called as Kaizen. So Kaizen is very much concept used in industry. So whenever there is a things or whenever there is a requirement of better output of the production, so normally we use Kaizen so that things can be improved or output can be increased. 5S work management. So 5S is also work. This is workplace organization, workplace management method of lean. So there are 5 ways. That is Seri Siton, Sesu, Sitetsu, Setsuke. So that is sort set in order. Sort means when there is a workplace, you have to sort it what is necessary, what is unnecessary. So unnecessary items are removed from the place so that space will get available for the thing. Then arrange it. So some things we needed on regular basis, some things are needed at not regular basis. So we have to sort the things in that way so that the things can be arranged. Clean the workplace regularly, so we have to clean it. Standardize, so there should be place for everything. So you can see in a picture the spanners and wrenches are marked with a black color, so that whenever it is used, we have to put it back at that place so that it is easily available next time. Discipline. So discipline. So there should be always a discipline way for the 5 years. Suppose one day we are done a round and we've done a 5 years at a workplace, and on next day when we come, there is no discipline. The things will not be at place. So it is always needed for the lean discipline. So you have to improve the things daily basis, not on one time activity. Okay is a error proofing activity. So okay, we can see things should be there should not be error. So for that error proofing, there should be Pokayoke. So we can see in a picture there is a hole and there is a dish. So that hole will we can pass the things which is actually made for that hole, not the another thing. Second, there is a cable. So this is a USB port and this one is a C port. So we cannot fix the C port in USB port. So this is one Pokayoke activity. So lights are fixed. There is a space. So there is slots only in a car. So we can put the light. It is the assembly is very easy and the operator can very easily understand. So this will help us to eliminate the waste, which is eliminate the rejection or chance of putting a wrong thing at a wrong place. So Pokayoke is also very much important tool in industry for reducing the errors at assembly level. So Kanban is an inventory management system. So it is a visual scheduling tool. So there are two types of card. One is a production card and one is a withdrawal card. So there are two main systems normally used in a factory. So mostly in the system where the digital inventory management systems are available. Now industry are trying to use the digital management system and it's Kanban in field by supplier only. So there are two main system. One bin is used for production Kanban. So when the first bin is completely used, it will be put at that another place. So that person will come to know visually that this bin is empty and he has to fill. In that way, there are two bin system is used in Kanban so that inventory will be available at right type at right place and no need to manage the inventory manually. So lean startup, that this is today's subject, that lean startup. Lean startup is a methodology developed to business and product through experimentation, customer feedback, and iterative development. As of now, we've seen that lean is equal to speed. So that means we have to uh, develop the product in a speedy way so that startup can earn a money and start its earning. So lean startup is a entrepreneurial approach that emphasizes rapid iteration and customer feedback and validate the learning, develop the product and business. Hello. Hello.
Student, please unmute yourself.
Okay. So lean startup will customer help take the feedback, validate the learning, develop the product and business efficiently. So lean startup has three basic principles: build, measure, learn, build. So this is a continuous improvement cycle. So lean will help us to launch the product in a fast manner in the market so that the time required for the product development and launching in a market is less. So development or launching of the product for the startups is very difficult activity because it involves a lot of cost and time. So startups have less of funds, so there is a chance that they may stuck in the that launching process. So it is always better to use a lean startup activity. So lean startup is being pioneered by Eric Rice in his book of the lean startup, human transformation approach to entrepreneur, providing a systematic framework for the startup to navigate the complex and uncertain landscape of product development and business launch. So it is basically focus on product development and business launch in a using a lean. So lean will help them to eliminate the waste, and just in a speedy way we can launch the product for the startup. So there are a lot of innovations and new ideas are coming in the market, and people are trying for the startups. So whenever there is a new idea, they have to test it in the market, and they can launch the product. So it is a time consuming and very costly affair. So they use this idea, and they can launch the product in the market in a speedy way. So there is a whenever there is a lean startup, it will come another term as a minimum viable product. So minimum viable product is the simplest version of product. So there is a simple idea, and the product is launched in a market. So includes only essential features, not an extra additional features, and it is just made for the taste to the customer response and gather the feedback for the development. So once that customer feedback and is received in a different manner, like online, offline, by using it or by seeing it. So after that, that product is improved, and then we can launch the product in a fast way. So this will save the cost and time also. So purpose of MVP is to test core assumptions quickly before product launch in a market. So if we don't test the product quickly, or we launch the product without testing in a market, there is a high chance that it will get failed, and there is no customer response for that. So it is loss of money as well as time also. And also there's in a startup, it is very difficult to manage such losses. So collect and validate learning. So whatever learnings are received from the market, so we have to collect it, validate it, the learnings, and improve the product. So the third one is reduce the waste. So whenever there development, we have to put some technical resources, and that the resources are needed is very high skill. So the the resource waste will be eliminated through this MVP. Delivery of core values. We can deliver the core values to the market as it is being tested in the market with the customer directly, and the customer can like the product in near future. So basic cycle is first idea, then MVP test. So when we launch the product for the testing in the market, then we receive the customer feedback, then we improve, and then we can send it back for the market launch. So type of normally the MU test or customer intelligence survey. So we can directly meet with the customer, understand their needs for that product. So what are the features, what are the things they need, and their willingness to buy that product. That is cost, effectiveness, and everything we have to understand. Then we can do the MU test. Landing page, that is smoke test, show the product ideas, track track the clicks and sign up. So there is a landing page that's online. Things are there that we can track. Explanatory videos. So demonstrate the concept through videos, measure the interest of the customer, and then we can know how much customers interested in that product, and we can launch the product. Pre-orders or crowdfunding. So test the customer are ready to pay. So suppose we launch the product, and we can do pre-ordering. So that means we can give the examples that some mobiles are getting launched in a market, and they are accepting some pre-orders to know the customer is ready to pay for that product or not. Prototype or demo. So some basic models are given, shown to the customer to take their feedback, and then we can know that what are the lacunas in that, and we can improve on the product. So these are the some MVP tests that are used in MVP to understand the customer needs, and we can improve on the product, and we can launch the product as early as possible through these concepts. So basically, benefits for the lean startups are that reduce the risk. So the failure risk is being reduced, as this is just a conceptual model which we are testing in the market, and customer can give the feedback and the conceptual models, and we can reduce the risk which is involved for the failure after complete launch of the product. So we can identify the risk initially, and we can improve on the product. Speeds the time to market. So time to market will be reduced, as we are we only implementing the basic required product to the customer and we are launching it. Then we are taking the feedback and we are sending the product back to the market. Involves the customer early. So customer is getting involved in a development stage and he can give his feedback and we can do the implementation part easily. So normally it is a good thing that customer is getting involved in early stage. If it is getting involved in later stage and if he suggests some changes, it is very difficult to make the changes and it also requires some cost. So it is always better that customer is getting involved in early stages. Enable faster. So in the market we can understand the trends in a fast way. We can get the feedbacks what customer is needed and we can do the product launch at fast way. So some of the examples that currently market is done, Amazon. So Amazon initially started its company with online bookstore only. After that model successful, now they are selling lakhs of products all over the world. Second one is Uber. So Uber was launched a basic app only for San Francisco friends. So it is initially being monitored manually and cabs are done booked on a telephone. So after their success, though they started the doing app and they are now doing all over the world. So it is one of the biggest company in transportation. Facebook started its app in Harvard only. And after their success, and many people have joined with the Facebook, now they grew and they are one of the leading company in the social media. So these are the some examples of MVPs which are proven. So challenges and risks. So misinterpreting the feedback. So basic challenge what we is there. So customer is giving feedback on his perspective towards the product, but we may misinterpret the feedback and we can implement the wrong things in the product so that the things will not be work for us. So poor experiment design. So experiment design is poor. So for product launch, suppose online experiment design is needed, whereas we are doing the product experiment, product feedback design with offline. Lack of vision balance. So there is a lack of vision for the product, and we may be in a hurry to launch the product, and we may fail in the product launching. So these are the some basic things that I'm going to today explain you. So if anyone has any question, please let me know. Sriram sir.
Yes, as we wrap up today's sessions on lean startup and okay, so students, before proceedings, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Hello.
Yes, Amit.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Amit. Good afternoon.
Actually, sir, my question is how quality check and testing can be a non-value added activity because it helps to reduce losses and all. So it helps to control the quality. Then how it can be a non-value added?
So testing, we cannot say non-ordered activity because if it is needed by customer, so and quality. So suppose your process and SOPs are well in place and your machines are capable and your people are capable, the product can be made in an efficient way and in a correct way. So there is no requirement of quality checks. But we are making it quality inspection in industry because of we have to do it the quality inspection in a way to avoid the customer dissatisfaction or rejection. So it is that for the customer is not ready to pay, but we are doing it because the customer should not be get demotivated about after receipt of the product. So that's why I said that inspection part is a non-audit activity. But suppose in our case we are making the walls, so there is a requirement of testing. So we are doing testing because customer is ready to pay. Also that inspection testing is being verified by third party inspection. So that is also paid by the customer. So that is value-added activity. But suppose customer is asked to
Do you
test
mean to
the
say?
wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
good.
mean to say this is non-value added activity from customer point of view, but from
Yeah.
company point of view, it is value added activity.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
rejected product goes to the customer, there is chance that customer will get dissatisfied. So most of the companies who are mass manufacturers, so mass production, they used to do sample inspection on statistical basis. and they will clear the product. So they will not go for 100%. But some critical companies, suppose someone is making some product for aeronautical companies, so they will do the 100% inspection, then only they will send the product. So depend on situation, the inspection requirement will change, and also customer perspective for the inspection and product, how critical application is there. Depending on that, that inspection activity is critical or non-critical, we can decide.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, you have 2 minutes. If you have any questions on the topic, you can ask. If no one have questions,
President, someone has raised the hand, sir. You see that?
okay, as we further proceed, as we wrap the today's session on lean startup and minimal viable product business, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Dinesh Iyer sir and each one of you for your time, attention, and active participation. The lean startup methodology teaches us that building a successful business isn't about having a perfect idea from the start. It's about the testing, learning, and involving, and at the heart of this is the minimum viable product, a simple powerful way to validate our assumptions and move forward with this confidence. I hope today's discussions has provided you with a valuable insights into how to apply this concept not just in a startup but in any innovation driven environment. A big thanks to Mr. Dinesh Iyer sir for making this session possible and for his fruitful guidance. I also thanks to all the participants. Let's take this learning forwards and continue building smarter, faster, and more efficiently. Thank you, Dinesh Iyer sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so guys, there is one announcement for you. The feedback form is shared with you in a chat box. Okay, so it's necessary to each one of you to fill that feedback form. Otherwise, your attendance will not be considered. Okay. Thank you, Ayer sir. You can leave the sessions. Okay, we will further proceed with the
Yes, thank you.
formalities. Thank you. Sir.
Thank you for giving opportunity, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Thank you very much, sir. It's very insightful and fruitful session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Students, please fill the feedback form. It's compulsory for all of you to mark your attendance. Otherwise, your attendance will not be considered. Okay, that feedback form is already shared with you in a chat box.